Howdy, my name is Maggie Williams and welcome to a short clip to explain the key activities element of the business model canvas. The business model canvas is a great tool for helping you map out your business model, and it was brought to us by a great group of people doing the businessmodelgeneration.com website. We can be grateful that they've given us all of this under a Creative Commons license, so we are free to use it. So the business model canvas consists of 9 elements, and there's a short explanation per element, and today I'm going to talk about the key activities. Why is it important to name key activities? Well, key activities in general are quite straightforward because most people or most companies know what they're doing. But still, it is good to look at what are exactly the activities that we're doing and which ones are key in there. So most people or companies, if you ask them what is your key activity, they will come up with a story or a long list of things. But it is important to define which ones are key. For different reasons, but the key activities are the ones that are essential for creating the value of your value proposition. And if you look at the future of your company, you might develop your key activities into new value propositions. Or if you look at your budget or reorganizations, then things that are not key activities are things that you maybe could outsource. That's more of a consultant's type of view. So, but anyway, naming your activities and making a distinction to which ones are key and which ones are not can be quite important. So, according to the business model generation book, there are 3 types of activities. Maybe you can find more categories, but in general, I quite agree. One of them is production. You deliver something, and it can be something very tangible like a car, but it can also be food or drinks, but it can also be an experience. The second type of category is problem solving, and for example, a bike repair shop. I mean, if they sell bikes, that's a different thing, but they can solve any problem that you might have with your bike, which I think is great because, well, being in Holland, my bike has broken down at least once a year, and I've got this great guy around the corner who solves it the same evening, and that really helps me to continue with my day. And another type of key activity is offer a platform or a network that connects people or connects services or whatever. The picture below comes from a promotion for the website Peerby that can gives you the opportunity to ask for to ask to borrow stuff. So, for example, as you see here, I think it's a paint stripper that the guy is holding. Well, you might have invested 100 euros in a paint stripper and it's lying in your cupboard and you use it maybe once a year, and then why not let somebody else use it for the weekend when they use it, and at the same time you need less stuff, or as a community we need less stuff and we get a higher usage out of it. So the idea is great, but the essential part of the key activity is that it is a platform or a network to connect different sites. So, looking at the key activities in general, they are the main thing that you do to fulfill the value proposition. On the other hand, there can also be key activities involved in enabling the distribution channels, enabling customer relations, or enabling revenue streams. So, an example, from the field of customer relations, can be seen with banks. If you have loads of money, then you get your personal account manager who will just talk to you about your investments, whether you put them in shares or, I don't know, I'm not really that much into. I don't have that much money, so I have no experience with it, but you will get your own account manager who will be available to in person discuss stuff with you. And then that is your key activity. A key activity for the bank there. Whereas for the customers who don't have that much money, customer relations might not be a key activity and might easily be outsourced to a more generic call center where people just used, the scripts that we all know to give us our answers, or, well, the same can go for a web care team. So key activities are not only for fulfilling the value proposition, but can be part of other parts of the business model canvas as well. Also, for one company, as we've seen before, they can have different value propositions, and that means that one company can also have very different types of key activities. For example, the Mars company, on the one hand, produces, as the official term is, confectionery, so sweets, basically, but also it produces pet food, which is a very different type of value proposition, very different type of key activity, but all part of the same company. Going back to the business model canvas, key activities very strongly linked to the value proposition, and as all the elements also linked to the others, but know what you do, what is it that you're good at, and what are the things that you really need your quality in to be able to deliver your value proposition. That's it for now. Any feedback is very welcome, and see you next time when we talk about the next element of the business model canvas. Cheers.